Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to United as One. Wow, where do we start today? So much to talk about, so much positives to start today with. What a fantastic result last night for Manchester United and the whole of the Premier League, or the English football, let's face it. Manchester City will no longer dominate the League Cup as I've known it as, or the EFL Cup, the Carling Cup, the Carabao Cup, whatever cup you want to call it. Manchester City have been knocked out. Wow. Now, what an opportunity. An opportunity for us to win our first trophy in 5 years. Now, again, just wow. I mean, it's been so long when we've had that winning feeling, you know. Well, we've had some Europa League final loss, and which was bad, but to win that cup now with Ten Hag would be a stepping stone. It wouldn't be a big stone to grab, to jump onto the next stone, but it's a stone where we'll get up to the mountain, where we can climb up to the top. Now, again, still fairly decent teams left in it, and Newcastle they will be a tough team. It's not going to be all turn out the final. You know, it's not the Newcastle when Alan Shearer used to play, and you know they just get turned over. So you could argue it's a very important game for Manchester United and for Newcastle, because both teams are in a transitional period where I think if United win it, we'll crack on, push on, and same with Newcastle. It will be their catalyst. I'm pretty sure even if you win that competition, you're in Europe. So if they completely flop and land outside the Europa League spots, then they'll have a route into Europe. Now, what do you think? Do you think we're going to win? Do you think we're going to make it? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, tough game. Glad Manchester City got knocked out. They're basically the sport-rich kid that just get everything they want, you know? I'm just waiting for them owners. No disrespect to Manchester City, they're a good team, they do well. But as soon as that sheep gets bored, liquidates all his money, they'll be back in League One where they belong. What do you think? Let me know. Now, other stories. Big story today. We've finally signed Wout Weghorst. Old Weghorst is a devil, as I put in the thumbnail. He is a United devil. He is a United player, and we must get by the lad and support him. What we don't want is just mass negativity already prejudging a player from, all right, data, experience, yeah, but it's like anything in life. Never judge someone until you've actually met them in real life. So let's see what the lad can do. He might surprise a few people, you know. Let's see what he can do. But again, let me know, what do you think in the comments below? Do you think other clubs are laughing at us, or do you think they're going, yeah, not a bad signing? Personally, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll do a job to the end of the year. Hopefully he'll do just enough to get us into the Champions League, and everybody's happy. I mean, you can't really ask a lot more than that. It's a loan deal. I believe we paid around £3 million to Besiktas. Apologies if I haven't pronounced that right, but I mean, yeah, I just think it's a good deal all around. Now, I did have a theory actually. I reckon. Let me know. Let you know what I reckon now. But I reckon that United secretly are going to unveil Dele Alli as well. Now, again, nothing against Dele. He's going through a tough time in his career, but I think reports are that they wanted to get rid of him, send him back to Everton, and Everton was like, no, he ain't coming back here. You paid the money. He stays there. Now, again, what do you reckon? Would that be a good shock move? I mean, there's talent there. I mean, he was arguably one of the best young midfielders in the country a few years ago. Again, he just might need that arm around him, put him in the right environment, good coaching. Not saying he never got that at Spurs or Everton, but you never know. I mean, they won't want anything for him. Just take him, pay his wages, see what happens. Take him on a 6-month loan. I mean, Do you think he deserved that? Let me know in the comment below. Do you think, Bobby, you're talking absolute fucking crap? Oh, sorry, YouTube. Apologies for that swearing. Do you think that I am a crackhead, basically? Again, apologies for saying that, YouTube. Do you think I am on drugs for saying that? Let me know below. I'm all for giving second chances, but, you know, I think it'd be worth it if you didn't have to pay him for nothing. Now, there's talks of Caicedo playing for Brighton, being followed around by various Premier League clubs. Now, as I spoke about on other videos, do you think Manchester United are going to come out with a shock signing where we'll all think, okay, that was unexpected. Now, again, we spoke before how we were down from before he came over to Europe for not a very lot at all, which Brighton brought. What do you think? Do you think he could be one of the clubs, Manchester United, we could be one of the clubs following him? Do you think he'd do a good job? Do you think he would replicate that form from Brighton into a top club? But yeah, I don't think there's much in that. I think maybe he might just be getting a bit of, you know, by his agent just to use Manchester United's name. Now, what I didn't do a show yesterday for technical reasons and personal reasons, but I was going to speak about Pellistri, how he played well against Charlton in the Cup, and Ten Hag was very impressed with him. Now, I was always impressed with him. Again, I think he's one of them players where just a bit of experience, bit of coaching, and in the right setup could thrive. Now, I did notice that Valencia apparently looking at him, and Wolves, I think, not Wolves, sorry, Watford are believed to be looking at him. Now, I understand that Ten Hag plays by, you play well in training, you've got a good attitude, you do as I say, you play, and you're good enough. Most importantly, you're good enough. So it's all about being a talented player, but also following all your other commitments to be that good, to actually stay in the team, to be actually one chosen by Ten Hag. What do you think? Let me know. Do you think Pellistri would be a good player to keep to the end of the year? Maybe. I mean, this is, again, let me know what you think, but I reckon maybe if Jadon Sancho's head's not quite in it, or he's not quite, you know, there, maybe he should go on loan to Dortmund for 6 months or somewhere else. Maybe a change of scenery, come back, have a good pre-season with everybody, get fit and start fresh next year. What do you think? I mean, Pellistri's here now, isn't he? He's fit, he's ready to go, he had a good game. Let me know. I did notice that the other semi-final was Nottingham Forest. Heroics by Dean Henderson. Apparently, we won't be able to play against Manchester United. So, again, I don't think we'll see him play for Manchester United again. Dean Henderson, good goalkeeper. But I think he might push away for a permanent move next year. But then again, he's another player that our current board have given huge wages on a long contract. I believe Phil Jones is still here, isn't he? He goes in the summer. Would it surprise you if we gave him another year's contract? Probably not, but you never know. Yeah, I mean, and I did notice as well that Carl Walker-Peterson from Southampton is a target. Again, good, young, fast, direct player. Could be what Ten Hag again need again. Don't know if it's just a bit of paperwork or a lot of chit chat. Let me know what you think. Now, let's go to Manchester United versus Man City. The biggest game, arguably, this year, I think, for us. Now, we're in a good position where I do feel that if we can beat Manchester City, but if we can beat them convincingly at home as well, I think that would be a fantastic result for us in the physical form, but I think it'd be a better result for us mentally. I just think mentally, if we could get that result, knowing that we could win in the cup, especially if we could win a cup, if we could win that League Cup, I think it would just be a knock-on effect to the rest of the year. That good feel factor. I mean, look how look how close Liverpool were last year from winning 4 trophies. You know, it's like anything in life. You get that good momentum. You know, you get that good momentum. It's like when you're cycling on a bike and you go up a big hill. You know, if you really pedal faster and faster, you've got that good momentum, that good flow to get back up that hill. You might not get all that way. You still need a lot of effort to get to the top of the hill. But once you've got that extra push and you're going faster, you'll get that hill will be a little bit quicker. And that's what I think we need to do at the moment. We need to take advantage of certain situations and really go for it. I mean, I think it'll be 2-0 United. I think it'll be a tight game. It'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be a boring game, but let me know. What do you think? Hit your comments in below. Bobby, you're talking out your bum, or Bobby, I think you're spot on. Good result, good score. Now, I did notice a little bit old news, but I did actually think it was quite worth just a little mention today. I did notice old club legend Rio Ferdinand saying about when he saw Maguire being chosen, or Luke Shaw should say, chosen over him, he felt that he had been disrespected. I mean, I'd have to politely disagree with you, Rio, to be fair with you, buddy. If you're not good enough to do your job, you know, you don't play. It's quite simple, you know. If you're a pilot, you know, and for the last few years you've been, you know, missing the runway and taking off late and knocking the chimneys off the houses when you're taking off with your wheels, and you know, it's time to get back down to luggage, mate. You know, you've got to get back down to luggage, pick up the lost and found, go find it, do whatever it is to get back to level, get back in the simulator. You know, if you've got pilots that are able to fly that plane nicely, have a little chit chat on the announcement, then you choose them. It's simple as that, Rio. Simple as that. Now, I just don't get that. Oh, you know, he's an English player, he's good, he should play. Yeah, he could, like I said, you know, Harry Maguire is a good player. I think he would have been ideal in a Jose Mourinho team when he first took over. Him and Calabria, or John next to John Terry, in that era and that style of football would have been perfect. You know, and in Mourinho's team when he was at Inter Milan, Harry would have slotted in perfectly. Still a fantastic player. You know, I did someone on Danny Murphy saying that he would do a good job at Newcastle. Again, yeah, I think he would. I think he would do a good job at Newcastle, and hopefully he'll do what's best for him, and he will become a better player. Now, again, there was rumours of a lot of paper talk yesterday. I think they're going to start pushing this soon. This Harry Kane, sorry, #1 choice. It's a big no-no for me. Here's my reasons. English, too old, too injury prone, too high expensive wages. Now, what do you think? Do you think it's worth it? Now, personally, from a technical point of view, what I think, world class, the best. I think we'd have got, if this had been, if me and you would have been having this conversation a year or the last World Cup, go get the checkbook, pay what you need. It's just too much of a risk. And personally, I don't think he actually wants to play as #9 anymore. If you watch him recently in England, he likes to drop back a lot, doesn't he? I mean, how many times did we see him just drop back? Personally, I think he'd get in Bruno's position all the time. I think he'd get in his way. I mean, what do you reckon? I just think it's just too, like, you know, let's just play it safe. Let's just go with what we know instead of getting out there, scouting some good young attackers like Sesko or Osman, good young strikers that want to come and prove themselves and have got time on their hands. Now, it's a big no for me. Let me know what you think. Do you think Harry would be a good signing or not? I don't know. I mean, again, knowing you're not, I mean, let's hope we can get some new owners in before Easter or just after Easter. Then we can start pushing with some new owners. They can get in their new men quickly, because the new owners, they're not going to come in and then, right, okay, we've only got a couple of months before the window opens, or the window might nearly be open. Let's just go and buy the players Ten Hag wants with the management team that they want, i.e. Woodward and Arnold, are they? Because them two, they're not football guys, you know. I mean, I reckon if you went to Carrington and were looking in the car park for their cars, you wouldn't see cars. You'd see horses, because they're a load of cowboys. They used to work for, they might as well work for Walt Disney, you know. They're just absolute Mickey Mouse. Absolute Mickey Mouse they are. You want to get the, now personally, I'd want to get the best of the best in. That's what I want to do. That's what Bobby want to do. Get the best of the best in. Now, you're not going to invest all that money and let people who don't know what they're doing, are you? You know, if you buy a house, you know, you don't go to the chip shop, do you, to get them to do all their all your legal work. You go to a solicitor. People know what they're doing, and that's what they need to do. They need to buy the club, but at the same time, they need to do what Elon Musk did. They need to be walking the next day, right, severance package, here you go, there's your money, there's your combo, buy it, here's your replacement, already done, already signed in, just walked in. So literally, as soon as he stands up, yeah, the other guy goes, whoop, I'll have a bit of that. Whoop, and goes out, oh, I'll have a bit of that. But yeah, let me know what you think. Yep, just want to say big thanks. The channel is a week old now. Everybody that watches it, big thumbs up, big respect. Please, do me a real favour. Don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't want to, then don't bother. But please hit the subscribe button. Press that button down here or up here or wherever it is on the screen. Subscribe, like, and comment. God blimey, I've got something down my throat. My throat feels like a bird's cage. Ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna go and have a drink, and I hope everybody has a good day. See you later. Bye bye.